Hello my friends on YouTube. It's been a really long time since I posted a video, and this is very impromptu, but I just wanted to check back in and tell you what's been going on in my life. I want to share with you about life after doing the Danette May challenge, whatever happened to me health coaching, an update on me and Daniel with his anxiety, talk to you about homeschool life, just kind of all the things. And this video is going to be very raw and uncut. I just want to film this and put it up on YouTube. YouTube takes a long time to make a video look awesome and clean, and edit it and make your tags and your thumbnail and the whole thing and get it posted up. It takes several hours, and it was part of the reason why I kind of took a break from that. I just couldn't do it all. But I digress. Let's go straight into it. Life after the Danette May challenge. A lot of you watched our experience doing the Danette May challenge, her 30-day challenge, and it was, I love Danette May. I love the mission that she has to help people rise up into self-love. I think that's beautiful, and I think that her program is great for anybody who needs to learn how to eat really clean. I found that after doing her program, my weight loss kind of plateaued, and I think that was because I was not eating enough protein for the amount of exercise that I was doing. So I took a break from Danette May, and around that same time, I met a health coach who helped me lose my last 15 pounds. And I did it through a program called Optavia, and that could be a whole separate video, my experience with Optavia, but this is the short version. In short, I did Optavia. I kept my weight off for a good year, and I became a health coach myself, and I help people lose weight. I learned a lot about how to weigh my food. Optavia, a lot of it is about changing habits and mindset, and it's very positive. I had a great experience health coaching, but one of the key parts of the program too is that you eat their fuelings, is what they call them. They're small meals that are prepackaged, very easy for anybody who doesn't know how to eat healthy. You want to just grab and go, eat something that you know that is balanced and lose weight. It's a good program. But I found that I wanted to go back to eating more real foods that I could prepare on my own. So I took a break from that, and also I was sometimes hungry because the program is based on a caloric deficit. So it helped me lose a lot of weight. I think the lowest I got down to 139 pounds, and I am 5'3" with curves. I'm a Latina, and so we're curvier. And when I started Optavia, I was 161 pounds, I think, and actually that's where I'm back out right now. Slowly over time, this is what happens when you go so low calorie and then you start eating more calories. Of course, you're gonna gain some weight. I stayed in the 140s, and I was really comfortable there. 148 is kind of that's my goal weight. That's my magic number. I think I felt really healthy and strong, and I wasn't really hungry back then. But I was also doing a lot of exercise when I was 148. I was doing a lot of running, and so anyway, I'm 161 now. I want to get back down into the 150s. 148 would be awesome. But even though I was that light or slim back then, I wasn't necessarily happy in my body, and that's been the big lesson that I'm having to learn, is how to accept my body despite what the scale says. I know I've broken up with the scale before. I thought I had you think that you've got things figured out, but it's a constant. There's constant work that comes with losing weight and then keeping it off. So where I'm at right now is trying to get back to a healthier weight, trying to really sculpt my body, fuel it well, and keep a positive mindset, and stopping this whole shame and guilt spiral where maybe, like, no, none of us are perfect, and the key thing is for us is to find a program or a diet that we can sustain, right? Because I've tried so many diets. But trying something that is sustainable and where we feel strong. But we can get in the shame spiral. You eat something that's off of your program, and then you feel badly about it. So what do? If you're an emotional eater like me, you're going to grab something else that you shouldn't eat to make yourself feel better, but you actually feel worse. And it's just round and round you go, and you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do better tomorrow, or I'm going to do better the next meal. But you feel lousy, or you might break the promise that you made to yourself, and you feel like such a loser. And then just the headspace gets, it's out of control. So I'm fighting against that, and I've read lots of books within the past couple of years in personal development. I've read books by Mel Robbins and Brene Brown, and who else? I read some of the Hollis books, just lots of books to help me to learn and grow, and keep this weight off. That's the ultimate goal. Even though I am at 161 and I'd like to be lower, I've kept the majority of my weight off. I was at 207 pounds when I started this journey, and the heaviest that I had ever been was 225. 225 without being pregnant. When I was pregnant, I got all the way up to 237. So 160 is still a great place to be in, and I'm very strong, and I keep up with my workouts. That's been a big thing. Back when I was 148, that was when I did my first 5K, which felt amazing. For me, it was like winning the Olympics. And then a month later, I became a Strong by Zumba instructor. And then I started teaching Strong at my local YMCA. I've talked about the Y a lot in like past videos. Love the Y. But because of this whole quarantine thing, they laid me off. But I do hope to return soon. I understand that they're doing what they have to do to try to keep the organization thriving. And then I became a certified personal trainer just a couple of months ago, and I'm currently studying to become a group fitness instructor through NASM, and then after that I'll work on becoming a certified nutrition coach through NASM. So a lot happening in my fitness journey, my whole health journey, and I'm just doing the best that I can and trying to learn really how to accept my body, where it's at, and how to help others to transform, and I'm just chugging along. So what else? I took notes here. Anxiety and depression, okay. I talked about more of the good stuff first, not so good stuff, but there's always a silver lining, right? I had shared with Daniel, about Daniel, what he was going through with being diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and I can't speak for him, but I can share like my part of it as a spouse. It was hard, and it still is hard some days, but here's some of the things that I've learned. I've learned that taking medication is sometimes completely necessary, and we should not pass judgment because people take medication. It's really helped Daniel. He's still taking medication for his anxiety, and he needs it right now, and he may take it for years to come, or he may be able to wean off of it, but he's got to do things at his own pace. I've learned what not to say as a spouse. I've said some hurtful things to him, not understanding what he's going through. I've said things like, the biggest one that I really regret is just being angry and telling him, like, well, why can't you just snap out of it and be like normal people, like, and I know that was a really poor choice of words. Daniel has opened up a lot more to me, and that's been hard. That's been a hard transition because we've been married um 17 years almost, and in that time he really didn't share much about his emotions with me. He's more like closed in, and he's been trying to like share more with me what he's going through, and it's really been hard for me to hear, because I want to help, and that's not what he wants. He just wants a listening ear, and it's been hard for me because like I'm not a therapist, you know, like I don't know what to say, and it affects my day to hear those things. But I've been like just working on that prayerfully, and that's been the silver lining through this whole thing, is that Daniel dealing with anxiety and depression has really brought us closer to God. We've had just a lot of been a lot of like waking up, I'd say, and we've learned to pray more sincerely, be more open with the Lord, and we've leaned on Him more. Again, our prayers have changed. Now it's not like it went from being this like, yeah, God, thank you for this, this, and this, and by the way, can I have this, this, and this in my life? We now just talk to the Lord as if He's our best friend, and that's been a good thing. We also switched churches, and that's been another good thing for us. I feel like we're in a much healthier environment where the goal isn't perfection, but we accept more the grace of God, and there's just a lot of love where we are. So Daniel's still taking his medication. We're still working through that, and I've learned how to just listen and not take it to heart and let it affect my day. But it's hard thing, and I have to pray through it. Homeschool life. Like now, like everybody's schooling at home, and it's a pretty cool thing to witness. We're having a hard time being in quarantine. Everybody's having a hard time, but I hope that from this experience that more people will see some of the blessings that come with homeschooling, and maybe decide to homeschool long term. That's just where my heart is in this whole thing, and I hope to support people who are asking questions about resources for their kids and what we do, what's worked for us, and that type of thing, because I just love to help other people and encourage them. I took a quiz earlier this year about like what is your gift? What is my spiritual gift or talent that the Lord has given me? And what came up very strongly was that I'm an encourager, and I'm more of a prophet. I have like the gift of prophecy, where not like I'm like telling you what's gonna happen in the future, but where I like to share wisdom. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. This is a very raw, uncut video, like I said. Thank you if you're still with me here, listening through the end. I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope to make some more videos here on YouTube when I can, especially since I have a little bit more time on my hand with this quarantine. So be well, and love you guys. Talk to you later.